This is Antigoni from the Student Music Network, and I'm currently joined by a girl I've been very intrigued by for a very long time. She's already taken the world of fashion by storm and is ready to make her mark in music as well. Chi Virgo, how are you?
Hi, I'm good. I'm good. How are you?
I'm good, yeah, I'm really good. Do you want to introduce yourself briefly as well? Did I miss anything?
No, I mean, I'm Chi Virgo. I currently live in East London.
Okay.
I'm originally from Nigeria, but I moved to the UK when I was quite young. So, yeah.
You've blessed us with two amazing releases in the past couple of months, with Social Angst being the most recent one.
Yeah.
Do you want to tell me a bit more about the song?
So, Social Angst, I made it on like Christmas morning. It was like 3 a.m. on like Christmas Day. And my housemate had just like left to like go somewhere. And I was like, I should probably go to sleep. But I don't know. I just felt like I wanted to record. So I started recording, and one of my friends, Genio, had said to me that I need to like stop writing about love. And I was like, oh wow. They were like, just try and write something that isn't your like usual topics. And I was like, okay, let me try. And yeah, I just figured I'd write about like me being anxious in like a social situation. It kind of sounds like a love song, but it is more about like me being socially awkward and like anxious. So yeah, I just tried to approach it in like a different way. So I guess it's like me being a little bit vulnerable, but I didn't want it to be like sad or anything like that. I
No,
wanted to like make fun of myself a little bit.
no, it sounds very kind of badass. And I'd love to hear a bit more about your journey, as an artist, as a person. I feel like you have a very unique story, from, going to uni, working at Amazon, and then killing it in fashion, kind of going into music. But I feel like music's already been the goal, hasn't it?
Yeah, for sure. Definitely. Definitely. I started writing music like properly when I was in uni. I went to Loughborough. Pick up Loughborough.
I was at Bath, so it was kind of like the rival one.
Oh, rivals.
Yeah.
Wow. I love that. I love a bit of rivalry. Yeah, I started writing properly in like second year of uni, and I was like a bit shy about it at first because obviously like there wasn't really anyone in my uni that like made music or anything like that, or at least I wasn't aware of them. So like I was so shy, like telling my friends I lived with that I wanted to like make music and stuff. I just found it real like, no, it's like embarrassing. I don't know. Obviously got my grad job, and then I kind of was like, oh wow, I guess this is my life, like working at Amazon. I really didn't like it, and I really struggled. And I was like, you know what, let me just at least try. So I started going to the studio like on the weekends, trying to like keep myself like busy. Took it more of like a hobby, but like in the back of my mind, I was like, I really want to do this. So let me. And then yeah, I quit Amazon after like a year, and I tried getting into like the modeling industry, and that was hard. That was really, really hard. It really didn't take off for me until like 2020. Yeah, it took a long time to like get my foot in the door with that. And yeah, then I guess it kind of just like became easier because I wasn't as busy like working like 9 to 5s or anything like that. And yeah, I guess yeah, just like
Yes.
practicing artists and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, amazing. And I really feel what you're saying about like, you know that this is not for you. Like you back in the back of your mind, you know that that's not what you want to do. How did you kind of find that courage to kind of like be like, yeah, this is it. I'm gonna follow the dream.
Honestly, I don't think it was me that necessarily found it. I remember like having a conversation with my brother and my mom, and they were like, if you hate it, just quit. I was like, I don't know, can I quit? Like I was so scared. And they kind of were like the ones like, what's wrong with you? Just do it. I was like, okay. So I guess their push kind of like helped me be like, okay, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna quit.
No, I feel like that's so important to have, so that support system. So obviously, like, this is kind of like a student platform, and kind of being through your journey, what advice would you kind of give to anyone kind of figuring it out, wanting to get into music, or even like just in the creative world, I guess?
Don't ever second guess yourself, and don't be embarrassed. Like, I feel like my own thing was just always being like, oh God, what are people gonna think? Like, people do not give a damn. Like, literally. Yeah.
Love
Don't
that.
second guess yourself and just like go with the flow. Do it.
Love that. Then your like very chill energy is like very like proof of like it works. Like,
yeah, for sure. I didn't used to be chill. I had no chill when I was in uni, I swear.
See, that's good advice then. Just be chill, go with the flow. Love that. And I also really find very interesting how your sound has been evolving throughout the past few years. Like, I feel like you're not confined by any genres, and you're essentially like a singer-songwriter, that makes whatever she feels express her, which I think is amazing.
I think when I first started doing it, the whole like soul music vibe was so big in London. And I was like, oh, this is like what everyone's doing. Let me like try it. And this really wasn't for me. But at least I like experimented with it and stuff. And as I just like developed, I just kind of naturally went into the more like indie rock kind of sounding things. I have some really exciting like rock songs coming out.
Amazing.
I can't wait.
That's amazing. And also, like, I know that especially like Nigerian artists tend to be very sort of confined, and not confined, like be put in the boxes of like Afrobeat, Salsa, and all of that. So it's really refreshing to see that kind of, coming for you.
Yeah, Nigeria actually, Lagos has like a really cool, like punky underground scene. Like a lot of my friends are like experimenting with that sound, and it always sounds so good.
I was gonna say, you were in Super Boys, and I've seen Santi, like Rule Santino, like a lot on your socials. And I really admired him for what he's doing and like how he's been such a pioneer. And he's a great person to have in your corner.
Yeah, for sure. He's really inspiring. He's definitely one of my friends that like looks out for me, always wants to like help and stuff. He's a really great person.
Yeah. Has he kind of played a role in your kind of like development, or like
100%, like 100%? I remember when I first started hanging out with him, I was listening to his music and I was just so inspired by it. Like the way he wrote, the way he, like even the way he recorded, really like him and a Dunsi.
Yeah.
I remember I had one session with a Dunsi, and that kind of like changed the way I recorded music. Instead of like writing, I tried like freestyling and all that kind of stuff, and kind of just like going with the flow instead of like thinking about it too much. And they're crazy inspiring.
Yeah, that's amazing. But kind of like talking about influences, like if anything, I would kind of think of like Paramore, Blink-182, Will Smith, and like the people that I would hear kind of in your music as well.
I grew up listening to Blink-182. Like when I first started really like getting into like music and like wanting to listen to music, like it was Blink, it was Avril, Paramore, Fall Out Boy, like all those people. So
and it's very interesting mix, kind of like having that, and then also I'm guessing like you were kind of around the more, as you said, like soul, and then kind of the Afrobeats and all of that kind of as you kind of heard it. And I guess kind of like on a more current level, like are there any artists that you're really kind of excited about on the rise?
On the rise, there's this girl in London called George Riley. I think she's really cool. I got introduced to her music like a few weeks ago, maybe a few months ago, and it's so sick. Who else? So Medina. She's an artist.
We actually have her on our class of 2023 list.
Oh wow, I love that. She's awesome. She just dropped an EP. I'm on one of the tracks on her EP.
Yeah.
And I'm excited to see her journey because she's phenomenal.
Oh, dear.
Yeah, I feel like there's so many. I just like I'm so bad at thinking of things off my head.
No, it's so good. And I guess we're on to my last question. And I always love to end on like a wish or a manifestation for the future. So we're very close to the end of the year. So what are you manifesting for 2023?
What am I manifesting? I guess in terms of music, I just want my music to be heard more. Yeah, I just want it to like reach like far and wide. That is my like my main goal. Just like, yeah, opportunities for it to be heard in like different places, and yeah, just